Okay, that's the announcements. I'm going to introduce Gary. Gary Hooser is a state senator from Kauai. He's the majority leader in the Hawaii State Senate. His legislative focus has been primarily on education, land use, energy, and environmental issues. He has sponsored legislation supporting the preservation of ag lands and open space, and introduced and helped pass into law a first-in-the-nation solar water heating mandate for all new homes built in Hawaii. I don't know how to believe applause breaks in here. He's known for his collaborative style, we'll be the judge of that after this evening, and is respected among his colleagues and people around the state. He and his wife Claudette are based on Kauai, where they lived for around 30 years and raised 2 children, and Senator Hooser is currently a candidate for the office of Lieutenant Governor in 2010. We're very pleased to have you here, Public Advocacy 101. Thanks.
Thank you, Maury. Thank you, all of you, for having me. Before Helen Nielsen leaves, I wanted to introduce Helen. Helen, just wait, everybody. Helen's helping me out here on Maui for the Lieutenant Governor's race. She's the chair of the Maui committee, and I appreciate the help that she and many people in Maui are giving me for that race. So thank you, Helen, and enjoy your dinner. I'm here tonight. I'm not here to I sort of said I'm not here to campaign, but this, get real about this whole thing. Being in public office, you're always basically campaigning. My daughter, who's 21 now, she was about 12 years old. I was on the Kauai County Council, and we just finished the campaign. And I said, Kelly Rose, aren't you glad the campaign's over? And she said, are you kidding, Dad? It's never over. And it's just part of life. You always have another race. But I'm not here to ask you for money or ask you to put bumper stickers or talk about the Lieutenant Governor's race. I'm here to talk about public advocacy. And it's really inspiring to see all of you out here, quite frankly, on a Thursday night, when we all have other things to do. And you're here clearly because you want to be effective, because you're involved in the community, you want to make a difference. And the few of you that I do know, I know that there's a lot of people here that are active in the community and community leaders. And so I want to thank you. Hopefully, at the end of tonight, you'll be a little bit better prepared, maybe better educated, some of you, when you go out there to affect public change. One of the biggest frustrations for me as a state senator is to see people who try to affect change and waste their time or their energy, and they're not as effective as they can be. But worse than that is people who figure nothing they say is going to make a difference. And I'm here to tell you just straight up that the public does make a difference, that you can make a difference. And I've seen it over and over again. When the public is together, when the public is unified, when the public is prepared with good information and they're mobilized, they can move mountains when it comes to legislation. And they can get people elected and defeated at the same time. And so there's tremendous power in a group like this. Just tremendous power. I've seen it at the state legislature, just 1 or 2 people. I've seen campaigns, my own campaign when I first ran, I got elected. I may have had 2 or 3 people helping me the whole time through. And a group of this size, with your friends and neighbors, or just a group this size, can really make a big, huge difference. And Maui, really, I have to say, is a model. My background is with community activism, basically. I was a small business person. I was a real estate broker and a small publishing company. But when I got into politics, it was on Kauai, and it was land use issues. It was environmental issues. It was about growth. It was about planned or unplanned growth, as you would. And so I've been around a lot of people that are active in the community, and I consider that my political base, quite frankly, is activists, if you would. And Maui, I believe, kind of leads the way in the state with this. We've got a lot of good people all over the state, but for whatever reason, you folks have managed to leverage your energy to work together to be very effective. You seem to come up with money and with legal help too when you need it. And I would encourage you to network with the rest of the islands to leverage those statewide issues also. If you want to find out more about me or learn about me, you can go to GaryHooser.com. Really easy. There's a video on there called The Hooser Story, If you've got an extra 20 minutes or so and you've nothing else to do, I'm kind of proud of it. It's a biographical video. If you're into Facebook, you could see me on Facebook or Twitter. So I just recently got into the whole social media thing, and it's really quite interesting and quite a useful tool. So Public Advocacy 101. What started me on this was people coming into my office or sending me emails with testimony, and I'd get letters, and I still get them, and emails on an issue, really well thought out, well written emails, and the people won't put sometimes their name and address on the email, or they'll have just their, Aloha John at Maui.net or something, and just basic stuff like that. People, are essentially wasting their time because they're not being effective, or they won't put the bill number on the email or letter. They won't put whether they're for or against it, and we're all busy people. Legislators are phenomenally busy. During the 4 months of the legislative session, January through May, I have worked a lot of jobs in my life, and I've never worked as hard as I have in the state senate for those 4 months. We're dealing with thousands of bills, with thousands of emails, with all kinds of people. And so one of the underlying themes here is the competition. Competition for brain space on the legislator, competition for your issue. And if you're not clear to the point, you get lost. I don't quite frankly have time to read. We're on tape, so I don't want to say I don't have time to read anything, but it's really hard to find time to read. And so we're scanning things. I'm looking, I want to find out in the subject line, I want to find out early, are you for or against this? And what is it? And it should have a bill number, just a brief description. That's the most important thing. I'm for or against Senate Bill number so-and-so, and I'm Joe, Mary, and I'm from Maui, or I'm from your district. Okay, that's the most important things. If those aren't easy to find, then that's not a good thing. So that is a practical matter, we're giving testimony, that's the most important. I have some handouts. I'm not going to give them out until the end, and I'm going to walk through all this, but most of the stuff I'm going to talk about is in this handout. And there's basically 3 sections, and at the end I'm going to take questions, and the questions can be about anything at all. It can be about public advocacy, it can be about issues, it can be about why I voted a certain way. But basically I'm going to cover the 8 rules of effective advocacy. I'm going to talk about access and influence, and talk about the hierarchy of decision making. So those are the 3 areas. This paper also has in the back some excellent resources that the legislature has. You can go to the Senate or to the legislative website. If you're interested in agriculture, you can do a text search of bills. Just put in the word agriculture, farming, whatever word, and you'll come up with a list of all the bills that are being proposed or active on that subject matter. It's really a pretty cool tool. You can track those. You can get automatic notices when the hearings are scheduled. Whenever a bill is amended, you'll be automatically notified. It's a really, really valuable tool. And that website address, it's capital.hawaii.gov. Capital.hawaii.gov, but it's on the paper. The Senate also is archiving some of the hearings. So they're being taped for public television, they're putting live streaming on the web, and they're being archived. And so you can actually watch many of these hearings from your computer live. So they're pretty good tools. Now the main thing about, I'm going to start with the most important item first. And a woman I was talking to earlier, see if I see her here, she came up to me and she said, I'm here because I don't know who my senators and representatives are, and I'm hoping you can tell me. And I cannot tell you how many people I talk to. I talk to political science classes at the University of Hawaii, and I'll ask a room like this, how many of you people, how many know who your state senator is? How many of you know who your state representative, who your council member is? Most of us know Senator Inouye, and we'll know Linda Lingo. But the most important person in my life